What's going on, y'all? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and I got a serious question for you guys, alright? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for another INDYCAR Diecast review? And more importantly, are you guys ready for some Santucci? No, I did not stutter. I'll say it again. Are you guys ready for some freaking Santucci? Today, it is on Santino Ferrucci's 2021 Hy-Vee Honda for Rahal Lamberlangen Racing. Now you guys are probably wondering, Brian, what the hell you just said? Santucci? What's going on here? Well, that's a nice little, nickname that, a lot of the drivers, I kind of blame, a lot of my good friends who are INDYCAR fans for, bringing up that name. But, heck, Santino Ferrucci, he's definitely a feisty and fiery personality in the INDYCAR market and NASCAR as well. And yeah, this diecast definitely is polarizing, not only with the driver, but also with the livery, because this is supposed to be based off of the car that he drove at last year's Indy 500. But there is one big issue that is missing. There's definitely, this car's not accurate by any means. Let's take a wild guess what that is. Alright, now keep that in your minds, and let's go and unbox this bad boy, and let's take a close look at the Santucci 2021 Hy-Vee INDYCAR. And alrighty guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and let's go ahead and look at the little accessory that comes with this before we get into the review, because I kind of didn't really showcase the back of the car. But here is the trading card we got right here for the 2021 INDYCAR Series driver, Santino Ferrucci. And on the back, if you guys want to read this information, go right ahead. But unfortunately, I don't have enough time to go ahead and read this. I could, but the point of my reviews is that if you guys can, whatever you see on the screen, I don't have to point it out and tell you guys what it is. So yeah. But that's going to be that right there. Now back to the diecast. Now, at first glance, probably only the hardcore fans are going to realize this. For any of the newbie INDYCAR fans, they're going to be like, okay, this is a pretty cool livery setup. Looks pretty nice. And yeah, it does. So, Hy-Vee has had some kind of, struggling differences with their diecast throughout the last 2 years. In 2022, they have got it right, though, but we'll get on to the second, guys. But apparently, we were supposed to get a Hy-Vee diecast back in 2020 with Spencer Pigot, but, that never got made. It was in the production run, but it never just, I guess, they made samples of it, but it just never, ever got made, which sucks. And then a year later, we're like, all right, we got Santino's car, so that's pretty cool, because, Santino, only ran this car part-time for a few races in the 2021 INDYCAR Series season, but this is supposed to be based off of his 500 car. Now, if you guys were at that 500 race, which I was too, there was a pretty well-known sponsor that kind of, showed up kind of at the last minute to sponsor this car. There was a Cheeto sponsorship, but there was also a Mountain Dew sponsorship. Now, you can clearly see, last time I checked, I don't think Mountain Dew is supposed to be white and not have a logo on it. But yeah, that's the thing. Greenlight couldn't get the licensing for Mountain Dew on this car, which absolutely sucks, because when I heard that they were going to make this, I was like, oh, cool, we're going to get a Mountain Dew INDYCAR. Boy, was I wrong. Let me tell you what, man. I know I criticize Lionel a lot, but I think I'm about to get Greenlight a nice ass chewing out here. If you guys, could you imagine if they did this with the NASCAR? Could you imagine? They kind of done it before with some, some 5-hour energy drink cars before, but this diecast just feels incomplete. It really does. I could go on a nice little rant, but I'm not going to, because, it's the month of May, and it's Indy 500 weekend, so, this is just a diecast that I've been kind of holding off to get for a while. But let me tell you what, man, this is not the end of the world. Yeah, the Mountain Dew sponsorship is supposed to be on here because this livery was cool, guys, with the green and the black. I was like, man, that looks pretty cool. It doesn't look bad, but just it feels incomplete. Heck, I don't even know if Santino even drove like a car that was like this. I think it had a white base on it, but it had some sponsorships on here. They could at least put a sponsor over here or something, man. All I can say is if they couldn't get the Mountain Dew sponsorship, then don't even offer the diecast, man, because it just feels very incomplete. That's just something that's just, I don't know. I'm just a little upset over. I can get over it, but let me tell you what, man, Hy-Vee really stepped up this year. And not speaking of stepping up, we do get ourselves a nice little paint chip right there. So I guess Greenlight really did a bad job slacking off on this car. Not only with the licensing, but yeah. So hey, it just shows you Greenlight can be consistent with their cars. I've heard good or bad things about Greenlights, but heck, this one they really did a good job on the ballpark on this. One thing I do like though is the aero screen, and the aero screen does look really cool. As I'm trying to zoom in. My good lord, how long is it going to take for Brian to zoom in on a freaking INDYCAR diecast? The world may never know. But what I was going to say is that Hy-Vee actually, what on earth? Is that a paint chip? Is that a paint chip or a hole? What the frick? Is there a hole in my diecast, or am I seeing shit? What the hell? What on earth? Okay, that's just a paint chip. I thought for a second there was like a hole in my car. I was like, how's there a hole in the bare metal chassis? Good lord, man. So yeah, green light. Woo, yeah. I can imagine where that paint chip went now. Green light, man. Please don't turn to the next Lionel. And we do got some decal wrapping right there too. So yeah, this diecast is just really just all wonky and shit. Really is. And we do got some. Look at this. It's a race version, guys. We got some residue on the aero screen windshield. I mean, my lord. I still got the little wicker bill right there. That's a feature that we only get on the 164 is that little indent right there. So that's pretty cool that they still have that. And we got the nice little sliver half rims right there. I mean, they do that with most of the Rahal Lamborghini cars. And yeah, I think this is the first year, if I'm mistaken, that we have all three Rahal Lamborghini diecast produced. And this diecast is making a return in 3 different variations. Let me just say, man, Jack Harvey is the new driver of the Hy-Vee car, and Santino Ferrucci is now with Giant Rival, because, you know, he's trying to do NASCAR as well. He tried doing NASCAR like last year for like 7 races, and I think he drove this car for, I want to say it was like 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he drove at Indy 500, both Detroit races, Mid-Ohio, and Nashville. And, you know, he ran pretty decent from what I know. I think he finished, like 6th in this car. Yeah, I think that was his highest finish he ever had. It was tied for 6th, both at the first Detroit race and the Indy 500. And yeah, Santino is really good on ovals. He really is. I mean, heck, guys, this guy was your Rookie of the Year for the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500 back in was, let's see, 2018 or 2019, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. And, you know, he finished 7th in his first ever Indy 500. And, you know, I know a lot of F1 fans probably know Santino Ferrucci for the wrong reasons, but I think the guy has definitely redeemed himself. But boy, on the NASCAR side, Santino Ferrucci really pissed off one certain guy, and that was Josh Berry. Yeah, you guys remember what happened last Phoenix back in March of last year in the Xfinity Series? Yeah, the good old double whammy that Josh Berry gave out to, I think it was either Blaine Perkins or Santino Ferrucci, but they were both kind of in that incident. So yeah, a nice iconic moment happened right there. So it just shows you Santino Ferrucci still has that nice young aggression in him. I don't know, he kind of reminds me of like a Sage Karen with his aggression, but hey, look where Sage is at. So the kid definitely has potential. I think he definitely he definitely shrines a lot on ovals, so maybe that's the main reason why he probably decided to go to NASCAR and race for Sam Hunt Racing, which, by the way, I think Hy-Vee actually sponsored him for the Talladega race in the Xfinity Series last year, coming into the playoffs. Yeah, the playoff Talladega race. So that's pretty cool. But back to what I was trying to say about Hy-Vee, yeah, you know, 2020 and 2021 weren't really good years for them for sponsor-wise. I mean, they were actually able to bring back the Iowa race, which was pretty cool, and they sponsored that race, so good job on Hy-Vee. But after that happened, guys, Hy-Vee just became like the most brand recognition sponsor for IndyCar, man. Let me tell you what, they love their brand loyalty. When you walk into a Hy-Vee, man, you're going to see a lot of IndyCar stuff. And in 2022, man, I will be, well, it is 2022. Yeah, we know that, Brian. Who knows? If I end up finding a Hy-Vee in the Indianapolis area, I mean, heck, I'm trying to remember where Hy-Vee's are. I don't think I've been to Hy-Vee. But there's a main reason why, because there is a 2022 promo that's out that has 3 different variations of the Hy-Vee livery. That's driven by Jack Harvey. There's a red one, a matte black, and a white one. And there's also a trio set you can get, like the podium set. I am planning to get that because those are actually accurate so compared to this right here. I mean, you know, if you do need if you do need something to, you know, to fill the void for now, since you don't have a Hy-Vee, like me, I don't have a Hy-Vee. I mean, all we have is just Publix, so and Winn-Dixies and shit like that. Then this is probably a good diecast to get, but it definitely fails on the accuracy board because, like I said, the Mountain Dew logos are just nowhere near, you know, present on this car, which sucks. It is incomplete. The quality control doesn't look like it's that good either, but heck, you know, I'm hoping green lights. I mean, luckily this is the last 2021 diecast I am reviewing. Nice burp right there as well. I mean, I think we do got Alex Palou's championship diecast that's coming out, so second to last 2021 diecast. As I'm probably going to go ahead and probably wrap up this video as I keep burping up a storm. Heck, I probably took some Mountain Dew after this, before this diecast review. More importantly, some hard Mountain Dew. So drink responsibly, y'all, when you do reviews. Just kidding, y'all. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review of Santino Ferrucci's, or I'm sorry, Santusci's 2021 Hy-Vee. Yeah, it's supposed to be Mountain Dew car, but whatever. Honda Dallara for Rahal Lamborghini Racing. Comment, like, subscribe, and this has been OBB. And until we meet again, guys, make sure to drink your dew, and yeah, have a good day, y'all.